Welcome back to a Recreational Runner. Good to see you all again. Tonight I'm on day 2 of the Maffetone Method since I've started reading that book. And what I want to talk about tonight mainly is breathing, amongst many other things, but breathing being one of the main things. So I will see you in a sharp minute. Back. So there are a few things I want to talk about, as I said. First of all though, before we get into breathing, thank you to all you new subscribers. I've picked up quite a few new subscribers over the last few weeks, so thank you all very much. I'm super pleased that I've got something to offer you, and thank you to everybody who has been a lot more vocal down in the chat, the comment section, because that just helps the channel, helps the relevance of the videos for people. So please keep commenting and let me know what you're thinking, good or bad. Sorry, I'm looking around because I've chosen a route through some woods that I'm not familiar with. So that's great, and big shout out to a couple of running channels actually. That running guy, Chris, he's given me some encouragement on this Maffetone affair because he's done it before and he saw gains from it, which is great. He did come into it with a slightly fitter position than me, I think, because I'm having to run that much slower to hit my target heart rate. And by the way, 127. I'm walking while I'm talking to camera because I've discovered that my heart rate goes up a little bit, a couple of beats, when I'm doing a piece to camera, probably because I'm a little bit anxious about saying something stupid or whatever. So yeah, thanks to Chris, he's given me the encouragement to keep doing this. I'm only on day 2 though, run 2. There's a long way to go, so I'm hoping you'll keep on this journey with me, everybody. Another shout out to Dan Runs, a channel I've followed for absolutely ages, just because he did a review on some hokers some hoker trainers that he's done 1,000 kilometers in, which is unbelievable. Look how pretty it is here, by the way. Love it. So I put my hokers back on today. I do find that I get blisters if I wear these too long and train too hard in them, but I'm doing a nice easy pace run anyway. Right, so breathing. I haven't read any more of the book yet, I've been too busy since the weekend, but I'm pretty sure it's going to cover breathing because it's key to stress, lowering your stress levels, and therefore regulating your heart. So apart from talking now, I've been really concentrating tonight on my breathing, and it's definitely helped regulate my heartbeat. So it's just simple, really tuning into my body, really feeling what's going on in my chest as well as my stomach, how I feel, what pace I'm doing. And I can already, I'm 2 miles into this run, I'm only doing a 4-mile run, I can already feel when I'm going too fast just by my breathing. It starts getting a little bit shallower. So breathing is so key. I mean, that's my tip. I'm sure the book's going to cover that, definitely. Other things to bear in mind on tonight's run: walk at the minute. My trainers, different trainers again. The route I've taken, I've chosen something with, it's a bit undulating through here, it's a bit of a up and down trail, but I had a massive hill on Monday night. No hills to speak of on this route tonight, so it's been easier to regulate heart rate because of that as well. But the temperature, much hotter. I think we were up in the 32s today. It's 8 o'clock. I came out late on purpose, but it's still super hot, super humid. So you have to take that into account as well. So I'm giving myself 10% overage, up to 135, 136 on my heart rate threshold. Another thing I just remembered I wanted to talk about, and yes, I have stopped, is hydration. That running guy, Chris, literally today did a video about tips for running in the heat, hydration being one of them. I got my hydration all wrong. I drank too much too soon, too close to my run. I think I downed half a pint of water about half an hour before I came out. I've just had to call it nature, right? Don't like doing that, but it's nature. Animals do it. I'm an animal, so whatever. But hydration is key, especially in the heat. I've only just started doing this Maffetone running, so getting my hydration correct. I was in pain. I got it wrong. I was in pain. I needed to stop. So Let's carry on. I'll speak to you at the end. So I'm done. My findings tonight, I was slower overall. I went a little bit further. I did 4.5 miles exactly. But my average pace was 12:31 opposed to 11:55 on Monday. No hills though. So I found it easier to just maintain a constant pace, and also with the breathing that I was talking about. So it's far less walking, so that's good. The other finding I've got is I'm not taking my camera out whilst I'm getting used to this MAF training. Damn, I've been rumbled by a neighbour. Yeah, so one of my neighbours came along while I was talking to you guys then. Kind of embarrassing. Anyway, what was I saying? Yeah, I'm not going to take the camera out whilst I'm getting used to pace and breathing on this MAF training, because that whole kind of second mile where I was talking to you guys was a little bit of a mess. My pace was up and down all over the place, and my heart rate was up and down all over the place. So the next few videos will probably just be me talking to you in my garden or something, or maybe in a park afterwards, about how I've got on the run. But day 2, MAF run number 2. I really enjoyed it though, despite everything I've just said. Enjoying the run so much more. So follow along, try it out, give me your comments, give me your hints, tips and tricks, ask me any questions. Welcome back to Recreational Runner. I'm James, and I've just been out for my 3rd MAF run of the week. So this is week 1 of my dedicated MAF training. I've been out for the 3rd time. Just did another 4 miles, and I didn't take the camera because, as I said last time, doing stuff to camera and trying to keep an eye on my heart rate, and I do get a little bit nervous when I talk to camera when I'm out on a run, because I'm thinking too much, and it does affect your heart rate, believe it or not. So I didn't take the camera. I'm back now. I've cooled down. I went out early. It was 20 degrees out there still, even at 8 o'clock, and the humidity was 81%. But boy, that's the biggest thing about MAF training. I feel great afterwards. I've had a nice cool shower. I've had some electrolyte drink as well, which I highly recommend. Chris, that running guy, reminded me about that. To recover, get the electrolytes back in from all the sweating that you're going to do when you're running the heat. But yeah, I feel great. If I'd run that 4 miles at my usual pace, that was around 9-minute miles, 9.5-minute miles before I started MAF training, I'd be feeling pretty rough right now. I know I would, but I feel absolutely fine, ready to do a day's work. Yeah, so good. So far, so good. I know we're only on week 1. Sunday, we've got 10.5 miles planned, so I will update you about that after that one. The other thing I wanted to say is breathing again. I slotted into my pace really easily this time. I'm already listening to my body and understanding what pace I should be at through my breathing and just through how I feel through my whole body after 3 runs. So I think that's a really good thing. It was a lot easier. There was far less walking today because I maintained a much more stable heart rate right from the outset. Happy days. Speak to you on Sunday. Welcome back again. I didn't speak to you on Sunday. I've got to be honest, plans changed as always. Friday night, or Friday day, we decided lastminute.com to hire a van to go to Norfolk. I have an old business I used to run. If you go right back to the beginning of my channel, you'll actually see some very small videos. It's when I started the channel, doing laser tag in the woods for kids' parties and stuff. But long story short, I still had a garage full of equipment and gear to do with that business. And I have a friend who runs a similar business in Norfolk. And I've been promising for years now to unload that garage to save me some money on the storage space, and also to give him use of all of that equipment. So yeah, I did that. So lastminute.com hired a van. So that meant we changed the running plans from Sunday morning to Saturday evening. And one thing that happened before that though, which I've got to report, is I was picking up Evie, my eldest, and someone went into the back of my car and shunted us into a roundabout. I stopped because an ambulance was coming from the right. As it happened, the ambulance went left, but they were obviously looking at an ambulance, went straight into the back of me. So my neck here and my lower back are aching again. It was probably compounded by the fact that I then went out and did the run Saturday night. So anyway, let's get on to the run. Here come the stats. So we managed to do 10.5 miles. John's Apple Watch actually recorded 11 miles, so I don't know what happened there, but I did map my run as well because I mapped the route that we were going to follow, so it is 10.5 miles. Average pace of 12 minutes 11 seconds and 2 hours and 8 minutes in total. But the important thing, MAF training, MAF run number 4, 138 beats per minute. It did go up a little bit towards the end because we didn't judge daylight hours properly. And we were on country lanes on the way back into Boreham Wood, and there were some cars going pretty fast, and it was dark, it was raining, it was really windy, so we upped the pace basically to get onto a field and home as quickly as possible. So the heart rate did spike a little bit in the last 2.5 miles. But I'm happy with that anyway, because 138 beats per minute is well within my 10% I'm giving myself due to wrist-based heart rate monitor not being as accurate as a chest strap. So super happy. First week done, 4 runs, 23 miles I think I completed in this week doing MAF running. Felt absolutely great. As I say, the only issue was the back. The next day I woke up Monday morning, feeling pretty sore, pretty stiff neck here, but today, Tuesday morning, much better. So happy days. I think we'll get over that. I didn't run yesterday though. The plan was to go for week 2, run number 5 yesterday, but I decided to have that extra day's rest because of the back. But hopefully if you're following along, there's a whole bunch of people in Recreational Runners Facebook group, so check that out. That are also now, not because of me, but because they've had injuries and they're just interested in what I'm now doing, to see whether they can build up their mileage and their time on their feet again without getting injured, which is what MAF running is all about. So there's a bunch of us. Join the Facebook group and you can join in if you want to follow along as well. Follow along the story with me, and if you're liking it, please consider giving us a thumbs up, hitting subscribe and hitting that notification bell for more content. I am going to record the next, my beginners series video in the next couple of days as well. It's just been hectic, obviously with the accident and then going to Norfolk and just feeling a bit down in the dumps yesterday, but we're back on it now. So anyway, I've waffled as always. It was a great week last week. Happy running.